While humanity thrived east of the Atlantic, forging vast empires, advancing technology, and mastering the art of warfare, sophisticated worlds emerged in the hidden lands to the west. In the dense jungles of Mesoamerica and mountainous coastlines of Peru, remarkable civilizations built towering cities, developed complex mathematical systems, and mastered the stars. Hello, and welcome to Impactful Moments, where we explore some of the most, you guessed it, impactful moments in human history. If history is your thing, or you simply enjoy learning new topics, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel. Your support helps us to continue creating captivating, impactful historical content. In this video, we will discuss the ancient Americas, with particular focus on the Maya, the indigenous populations of the West. Today, much of our world stems from societies that developed east of the Atlantic Ocean. Even the quote-unquote New World that exists today is largely a product of imperialism and the cultural assimilation of the indigenous population that followed the arrival of the Europeans. But long before Columbus, the Americas were home to complex civilizations with their own languages, histories, and structures. While we certainly have learnt a great deal through archaeology and study, our understanding of the Western Hemisphere's ancient civilizations remains more limited compared to the well-documented societies of Afro-Eurasia. In this video, we'll do a broad catch-up on the development of early humanity in the Americas before diving into one of the pre-Columbian West's most remarkable time periods, the Mayan civilization. Much of what we know about the ancient Americas comes from archaeology, as their societies left limited written records compared to those of other parts of the world, and scholars trace these civilizations back many years. One prominent theory is that humans first migrated to the Americas during the last ice age, crossing the Bering Land Bridge from what is now Russia into Alaska. Over thousands of years, these early peoples spread across the two continents, with many moving south where the climate was more favorable. As the Ice Age ended and the ice bridges melted, the Americas became isolated from Eurasia and Africa. One of the earliest known civilizations in the Americas was Norte Chico in present-day Peru, dating back to the late 4th and early 3rd millennium BCE. Their city of Caral, arguably the oldest city in the Americas, is located about 100 miles north of modern-day Lima, and shows signs of urban planning with pyramids, residential quarters, and city squares, indicating a cohesive society. This civilization flourished for around 1,000 years before its decline. As Caral waned in around 1500 BCE, a new civilization, roughly 4,000 kilometers northwest, began to emerge in Mesoamerica. The Olmecs, often associated with their colossal stone heads and advanced irrigation systems. Although their writing system remains undeciphered, their cultural influence spanned centuries. Following the Olmec decline around 500 BCE, several new civilizations rose across the region. To the south, the Zapotecs established their capital at Monte Alban, ruling hundreds of settlements and creating advanced architecture and a calendar system. While their influence diminished in their later years, the society lasted into the 16th century. To the north, around the 1st century BCE, Teotihuacan emerged as a vast multicultural metropolis. Teotihuacan was likely one of the largest cities in the world at the time, with population estimates ranging between 100 and 250,000 people, becoming a major hub for trade, religion, and culture in Mesoamerica. But as these societies rose, gained prominence, and in some cases fell, a society took hold in the Yucatan Peninsula to the east. With roots dating back to 1500 BCE, these people, known as the Maya, developed advanced agricultural techniques and complex societal structures. By 750 BCE, cities began sprouting across the Yucatan. By 500, there were incredible and monumental architectural structures, and 200 years later, they were using advanced hieroglyphic writing. The Maya would create a vast system of city-states in modern-day Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, El Salvador, Honduras, and Nicaragua. However, environmental challenges such as overpopulation, land overuse, warfare, and climate factors led to a Mayan decline in the 2nd century CE. Despite this, the Maya rebounded, and by 250 CE, new cities, surpassing the size and grandeur of their predecessors, began to rise again across the Yucatan. By the height of the Maya civilization, two powerful city-states, Tikal and Calakmul, emerged as the dominant forces in the region. Both cities, each with populations potentially exceeding 50,000 people, became major centers of political and military influence. In the mid-4th century, Tikal had largely fallen under the rule of Teotihuacan when Sihyaj Kak, meaning fire is born, invaded Tikal, installing his son Yax Nun Ayin I, meaning first crocodile or curled nose. However, Teotihuacan collapsed in the mid-6th century, and the ruling dynasty in Tikal faded. Nevertheless, Tikal continued exerting its rule on neighboring cities in the region. This expansion brought Tikal, who dominated the south, into frequent clashes with Calakmul, with their stronghold in the north, for supremacy. Both city-states had formed coalitions with other neighboring city-states, and while nearby cities like Copan and Palenque remained relatively neutral, the clashes between these alliances led to 2 centuries of on- and off warfare. These Tikal-Calakmul wars, the most well-documented conflicts in Mayan history, reshaped the Maya lowlands. While Tikal ultimately emerged victorious by the mid-8th century, the prolonged conflict, combined with severe droughts, led to the downfall of both powers. Environmental strain and political instability ultimately left Tikal, Calakmul, and many other Maya cities abandoned. Out of this power vacuum, a new center of influence arose, Chichen Itza. Located in the northern Yucatan, the city's proximity to cenotes, natural underground reservoirs, gave it a critical advantage in surviving the drought conditions that devastated other Maya centers. While the city rose to regional prominence by the early 7th century, it was the 10th century and the fall of the superpowers that saw Chichen Itza truly rise to much greater heights, not only surviving, but thriving as the preeminent power in the area, likely serving multiple cultures throughout the region. Its strategic position along trade routes, combined with its military and economic strength, allowed the city to grow into an immense multicultural regional power. Chichen Itza's grandeur is unrivaled, and its preservation offers a vivid window into the Maya world. Brilliant yet mysterious architecture, such as El Castillo or the Temple of Kukulkan, a massive pyramid that dominates the landscape, served not only as an architectural but also an astronomical masterpiece, indicating vast knowledge of the skies in addition to their engineering prowess. The pyramid, which aligns with the celestial events, such as equinoxes, creates the illusion of a serpent representing the Mayan god Kukulkan, slithering down the pyramid's steps. Chichen Itza also housed the largest known Mayan ball court, where the ritualistic ball game Pak Tapak, a significant aspect of Maya religion and politics, was played. Chichen Itza still stands as a symbol of the Maya civilization's legacy, its remarkable preservation offering a gateway into the past. Its influence and scale through the 10th and 11th centuries marked a turning point in Mesoamerican history. This city was not only a local power, but a symbol of Mayan and broader Mesoamerican cultural, scientific, and architectural brilliance. The reasons behind Chichen Itza's fall remain uncertain, whether through conquest, looting, sacking, or just a gradual shift in power to other regions. By the early 12th century, Mayapan had emerged as the dominant force in the area, and stayed in power for several hundred years. While the Maya Golden Age is primarily linked to the classical period from 250 to 900 CE, close to 2 centuries before the fall of Chichen Itza, it was the eventual fall of Chichen Itza, the last great vestige of their classical period, that truly marked the end of an era for the Maya. The Maya civilization's technological and agricultural innovations, such as slash-and-burn farming, irrigation, and terracing, initially sparked a transformative rise in their society. These developments allowed the Maya to cultivate larger amounts of food, supporting a significant population increase, with most estimates pegging their population at between 2 and 10 million, and some as high as 15 million at peak. However, this success may have laid the groundwork for their eventual decline. The intense agricultural practices that supported their growth caused environmental strain, depleting the soil of nutrients and contributing to severe droughts. These factors may have ultimately undermined the sustainability of their society and likely played a role in the collapse of their major cities, marking the end of their classical golden age. While post-classical cities such as Mayapan and Chichen Itza did emerge as regional powers, the grandeur of the Maya civilization as a whole never fully recovered. The post-classic period, which spanned up until contact with the Spanish in the 16th century, lacked the same level of centralized authorities and monumental construction that defined the classical era. City-states were smaller and more isolated, leading to greater fragmentation of Mayan power. At the same time, the power dynamics within Mesoamerica shifted westward. As the Maya civilization experienced its decline, other powerful empires, such as the Toltec and later the Aztec, rose to prominence in central Mexico. These civilizations, based around modern-day Mexico City, inherited some cultural influences from the Maya, but established their own dominant empires, shifting the political center of Mesoamerica away from the Yucatan and the Maya lowlands. The once great Maya cities were left as echoes of a golden age, overshadowed by the rise of the new Western Mesoamerican powers. While the Maya civilization ended politically in 1697 with the Spanish conquest of Nochpeten, Maya culture persists today. Despite the effects of colonialism and imperialism, many Maya communities maintained their heritage by blending traditional practices with the new religion and culture. This fusion still exists in parts of the Yucatan, Guatemala, and Belize, where Maya communities continue to preserve their language, customs, and traditions. These groups are protected by the laws of their respective countries, serving as a living legacy of their ancestors. The Mayas' advanced knowledge of mathematics and astronomy led to the development of an incredibly accurate calendar, which even became the inspiration of a major motion picture. Combined with their engineering skills, the Maya built stunning architectural monuments, including pyramids and temples. Today, hundreds of excavation sites reveal these structures, many of which are UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Among them, Chichen Itza, believed to have been built over multiple periods, was named one of the 7 new wonders of the world in 2007, showcasing the lasting impact of Maya innovation. The Maya writing system is widely regarded as one of the most well-understood pre-Columbian scripts in the Americas. Unlike other indigenous cultures, who either had no writing system or whose record-keeping systems remain largely undeciphered, the Maya script has provided invaluable insights into their politics, religion, and daily life. Unfortunately, much of this written legacy was lost during the Spanish conquistadors' efforts to eradicate Maya culture, particularly after witnessing pagan religious practices such as human sacrifice. Deeming the culture satanic, they destroyed many Maya books or codices in large-scale burnings. Despite this, surviving inscriptions, often carved on monuments and artifacts, have allowed scholars to piece together a detailed understanding of Maya society, offering a rare window into Mesoamerican history. I hope you enjoyed this video and found this period in history both informative and enlightening. Please feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below, and I hope you can join us for another video. Thanks for watching.